You repaired?
Like staring at us and everything, want us to entertain you or something? So, what's up, ASU? ¿Cómo está ASU? This is beautifully amazing. I mean, I just feel empowered just standing here in front of you. Do you? Yeah, well, let's thank all the organizers and poets and performers for this historical event. You guys ready? This one is called Empowermentation. I'd like to introduce my friend Patty Estrada. She's going to play the djembe stroke. Give yourselves a hand. Empowermentation. So you hear I'm a slam poet. I bet you're prepared to hear me scream a list of atrocities, injustices, to point fiery fingers of blame, highlight all the atrocities that are wrong with the world. Well, that's my other piece. But this piece is about empowermentation. The promotion of self-actualization or influence of individuals, institutions, communities, and societies toward optimal human functioning. A building of social capital, enhancement, and powerful, positive pride in our cultures. The honeymoon stage of the marriage between multiculturalism and positive psychology, emphasizing inherent strengths, abilities, and capabilities. This is where we and you prevail. Despite the uncountable, uncontrollable obstacles, Indian tribes as sovereign nations are restoring and reclaiming identities. The President of the United fucking States is black. Asians, the model minority, have surpassed the world in achievement. And Latinos, yes, well, Latinos, the fastest growing group in America, simply cannot be stopped. Behaviors are no longer racially prescribed because si se puede, yes we can, Yahweh. Because I see an opening of minds through global thinking and local action of pushing against barriers, knocking down mental and physical and psychic walls, making being human cool. Are banding together. I see an acceptance of non-traditional, interracial, interclass, and cross-categorized couples, families, and children. An integration of red, yellow, and black. And let's not forget white, the conglomeration of all colors. Well, the past is the past. There's no denying its influence on the present. But there is healing for intergenerational trauma, while still holding on to the positives of our ancestors through the catharsis of spoken word, the arts, and empowermentation. I see collaboration that transcends group affiliation, borders, race, ethnicity, class, standing, age, gender, sexual orientation, abilities, religion, and politics. I see El Concilio supporting the Black African Coalition, who's organizing with the American Indian Council, who's breaking bread with the Asian Coalition, Sun Devils for Israel, and Students for Justice in Palestine, Women Beyond Borders, and No More Muertes. Meta Breeding, the Hebrew club playing soccer with the German club. I see Christians, Buddhists, and atheists alike finding commonalities on Hayden Lawn. I see a world where the economics of happiness take precedence over materialism, and of course, adelante, adelante, saliendo adelante. Bridging the cultural and intercultural gaps through transcendental awareness and diversity celebration. An imperceptible dynamic shift from thinking that you're what's wrong with the world to where you are what's right with the world, a part of the solution. Beautiful. I'm not sure if you got me. I said beautiful. Be you, so full of life. Life in turn will be beautiful. Hermosa, yafi, uwodu, hibeli, kire. For you, maybe like from Mars, but to butcher and plagiarize. Bruno, you're amazing, just the way you are. Say Empowermentation's about Jessica Lopez, Damian Flores, Merlin Hepwood, Paragua, and Zang. And each and every one of you tonight, whose lips spit lines of unadulterated, capital T truth that knows no borders, and about Adrian and Bang Samban across the Neeb Hall stage. You can't tell me that that's not empowermentation. You can't tell me that what I see is not beautiful. Thank you. Gracias. I've got another quick one, maybe not so quick. It's called Juanita Duranita, the Dreamer. If you're not familiar with the Dream Act, Google it. Le llamo Juanita Duranita, habla inglés mejor que español, pero es 100% mexicana. Pero no tiene derecho votar, ni trabajar, ni hablar en voz alta contra las injusticias que sufre su gente. To you, she's just another one of the 3.5 million undocumented women. I call her Juanita Duranita. She speaks English better than Spanish, but she's 100% Mexicana, but doesn't have the right to work, nor vote, nor speak out against the injustices that her people suffer. Vino mojada a los 5 años, 5 years old, with her brother and mother escondidos en la oscuridad. Dark shadows on inner tubes, agua del Rio Grande, lapping at dreams wrapped up in black plastic trash bags. The sangre, sweat, and tears of their ancestors wash downstream. Sueños hechos realidad para volverse pesadillas, güey. Do you know what it's like to never visit Abuelita's lap again to taste her mole? For a fence to be constructed to physically separate you from half your family? Imagine you can't attend your brother's birthday party or your cousin's wedding because of an imaginary line between here and California, and you don't have the paperwork to cross it. Dreams made real to become nightmares, man. I call her Juanita Duranita. She rose up packing apples that end up in your apple pies, your apple sauce, and your apple juice for half a minimum wage. Ni queja, never complaining about her 10-hour labor days to pay her tuition, always finding time to paint her dreams. Quickly learning to maneuver the gringo world, bifurcating her identity, marginalizing herself from both worlds, finding that if you act gringo, walk gringo, talk gringo, and date a gringo, you will be accepted as the exception gringo, at the cost of shunning from your own gente, peeps. She's caught like a fly in the web of the double bind of American society's imposition of the pursuit of autonomous individual happiness to succeed in a man's world versus Mexican feminismos, cultures, expectation of interdependence, marriage and kids. Simple acts, cashing a check, renting an apartment, paying a parking fine, seeing a doctor, buying birth control become convoluted acrobatical endeavors of walking the fine line between truth, morality, law, and threat of deportation. Quieren nada más que ser maestra de arte, dibujar sus sueños en arena de multicolores, compartir sus sueños con los niños de multicolores de este país, de su país. A straight-A student said to have potential for her engaged participation and community commitment to the institution. She wants nothing more than to be an art teacher, paint her dreams in multicolored sand, share her dreams with the multicolored children of this country, of her country. Just another hurdle to jump. The college wants her to take a test to get into the ED program. Easy enough, you think, but they want to have a valid state ID, a 9-digit number more important than her name to prove her existence, that she's herself. But it doesn't kill you. It makes you stronger, más fuerte, amigo. She repeats, without realizing slamming against brick walls leads to learned helplessness, a form of slow death. After crossing the uncrossable, thinking the unthinkable, doing the undoable, obtaining the unobtainable, she's scared to cross the borders in her mind. The fear has built up like concrete walls that must be torn down. The force is stronger than she. A fear, legitimate fear of stepping out of her comfort zone. She's known her whole life to leave the only real home she's ever known to visit her boyfriend in the next state. Miss, you gotta have a valid ID to get on this plane, train, bus, to drive this car, go to that bar. Treated like a villain for a crime she's not aware of committing. 'Cause she's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. Never broken a law, someone else's bones, not even a fucking heart. Le llamo Juanita Duranita because that's her name, because she's a real flesh and blood girl that goes to ASU. So let her dream Let her act, let her dream act as her dream so she can actually act out her dream in actuality. Se llamo Juanita Duranita, mi mejor amiga. Muchas gracias and thank you.
Yes, yes. That was Amoneeta, and he's an ASU graduate student working on his doctorate in psychology, psicología. I know that Spanish word. I don't know where I learned it.